Good evening, I'm Bo Williams and welcome to the 7. Up first tonight, police investigating a shooting at Kentucky State University that left one person dead and another in critical condition, prompting a campus-wide lockdown as officers secured the area. According to the Kentucky governor's office, a suspect has been taken into custody. No details have been released about the individuals involved or what may have led to the shooting. Governor Andy Beshear confirming the incident in a post on X, writing law enforcement are on scene and a suspect has been arrested. Let's pray for all those impacted. University officials urging students and staff to shelter in place as police continue to sweep the campus. Authorities said additional information will be released during an evening news conference. Of course, we'll keep you updated on air and online as we learn more. Next on the 7, a Knox County judge has now ordered the state to release records related to its execution protocol. This order comes as death row inmate Harold Nichols sues the state, accusing prison officials of violating the Public Records Act, also claiming the Department of Correction is refusing to release key documents. Knox County Chancery Court Chancellor John Weaver ordered that records related to the state's execution protocol and recent executions be immediately given to Nichols' legal team. Now, Nichols is scheduled to be executed on December 11th. He was convicted of rape and first-degree felony murder in the 1988 death of Karen Pulley in the Chattanooga area. Meanwhile, a hearing will be set to determine whether the Department of Correction withheld records willfully. Next on the 7 tonight, as Christmas approaches, this month is one of the busiest for online shopping and home deliveries. And with that surge, often comes a rise in package theft. Knoxville police tell 6 News that historically reports of stolen packages spike in November and December. Sergeant Franzen with the Property Crimes Unit tells us thieves often grab deliveries left on porches or in mailboxes, and some even follow delivery trucks looking for targets. Officers recommend tracking your packages, having someone home for the delivery, and if you can, use home security cameras. South Knoxville resident Tiffany Stallsworth says her area has seen several package thefts with hundreds of dollars worth of items stolen just from her porch.
Kind of just thinks whenever you have something that you've been waiting on for a few months, especially here with it being close to Christmas and all of us having babies and everything, and we're trying to get stuff for our kids for Christmas. And then it doesn't show up and everybody's saying, oh yeah, it's here. And then you get home and it's not there. It's kind of a bummer.
You know, if your package is stolen this season, call Knoxville Police and provide as much information as possible. All right, next for you now on the 7, an attorney representing a brother of Vanderbilt quarterback Diego Pavia has now entered a not guilty plea on his behalf. Javier Pavia was not in court this morning. However, his attorney, T. Scott Jones, was. As we've been telling you, Javier Pavia was arrested at Neyland Stadium for public intoxication during the night of the Tennessee-Vanderbilt game. We're told UT event staff asked the 25-year-old to take down a flag they say was blocking other people's views. But court records say he argued with the staff as well as a state trooper. Those records also state he appeared extremely intoxicated. Now, this case, meanwhile, has been reset for a week from Friday. Next for you on the 7 today, Monroe County Sheriff Tommy Jones is asking the public to share anything suspicious they may have seen in connection to a camper fire that happened in Tellico Plains back in August. Deputies with the Monroe County Sheriff's Office responded to the fire on Hooper Road in the early morning hours of August 22nd. The camper was unoccupied during the fire and no power was connected to the camper. The Sheriff's Office asks anyone who saw anything suspicious that morning or who has information about the fire to please submit a tip by calling 423-442-5002 extension 5. Next for you on the 7, tonight a new pathway aimed at keeping students in Knoxville safe is now open for use. You know, we told you about this new walking path yesterday. It has been built between the parking lot of Whittle Springs Golf Course and the nearby middle school. Crews were out putting the finishing touches on the project so that it would be ready for today's ribbon cutting event. Now, the path is the result of a collaboration by the local nonprofit Bike Walk Knoxville, the city's Parks and Rec Department, and the Safe Routes to School Partnership. Now, as that last group's name might suggest, the goal of this project is to give students a safer way to and from Whittle Springs Middle.
I'm grateful for this because, like Mr. Meyer said, last year I unfortunately got hit by a car. I don't want anybody else ending up like me.
It is dangerous on this side. because there is a big majority of our kids that walk to and from school. So hopefully the city will step in, help out, put in the sidewalks on the main road, but this was a big start.
You know, this project has taken around 2 years to complete, and the principal of the school says she hopes it will benefit students for years to come. Well, we are your local election headquarters, and tonight Knox County Commissioner Kim Frazier is making her run for Knox County Mayor official. You know, before her official announcement, we first told you about Frazier's decision to run back in September. The first-term county leader is vice chair of County Commission, and in her decision to run for county mayor, she says she is running on a platform of responsible growth and fiscal accountability. Frazier is up against fellow Commissioner Arson, as well as school board member Betsy Henderson. The county mayor's race is coming up next year. Now, current Knox County Mayor Glenn Jacobs is term limited, so he cannot run for re-election. A 168-unit mixed-use apartment complex is one step closer to becoming a reality in downtown Knoxville. Marble Alley Development and TDK Companies broke ground on Vintage Cow this morning. Located next to Marble Alley Lofts on State Street, the building will have 168 apartment units, 24 office spaces, and 2,000 square feet of retail space. Marble Alley Development is using a tax incentive known as PILOT, or payments in lieu of taxes, to build the complex, which requires it to have a number of affordable units.
15 of them are workforce, and what they're going to do is there'll be different kinds of units. It won't be just the cheapest units, right? There'll be studios, one bedrooms, and two that all will be set aside for the workforce housing component of the project.
Project will be built in 2 phases, with the first expected to open in about 18 months, the second 6 months after that.